Welcome to this historical journey on the Baal, a deity that played a significant role in the ancient Near East and the constant struggle for the Israelites. In the Hebrew Bible, Baal is often mentioned as the primary competitor for the worship of Yahweh, the God of Israel. For centuries, this rivalry was a defining feature of the religious landscape of the region, and its impact is still felt today. Did you know that the term Baal appears more than 70 times in the Hebrew Bible? Its usage can be traced back to the ancient Canaanite culture, where it was believed to be the god of fertility, rain, and agriculture. However, the Israelites' understanding of Baal shifted over time, and it became a term synonymous with idolatry and pagan worship. Baal's worship was widespread throughout the Near East, and it's not surprising that it found its way into the Israelite religion. For most of the Israelites' history, they were polytheistic, worshipping many gods and goddesses, including Baal. This belief system was challenged by the prophet Elijah, who lived during the reign of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel in the northern kingdom of Israel in the 9th century BC. Elijah's ministry was characterized by his unwavering devotion to Yahweh and his opposition to the worship of Baal. In 1 Kings 18, we read about Elijah's confrontation with the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel. Elijah challenged the prophets to a test to see which god was truly powerful, Yahweh or Baal. The challenge involved building 2 altars and sacrificing a bull on each. The god who answered with fire and consumed the offering would be considered the true god. After hours of chanting, cutting themselves, and no response from Baal, Elijah calls on the Lord, who then sends fire to consume the sacrifice. This dramatic event changed the course of Israelite history, as it showed that Yahweh was the true God, and Baal was just a false idol. Despite the victory of Elijah, the Israelites continued to struggle with Baal worship. The northern kingdom of Israel remained loyal to Baal worship until its fall to the Assyrians in 722 BC. The southern kingdom of Judah was not immune to this struggle either. During the reign of King Manasseh, Baal worship was once again prevalent, and the prophet Jeremiah warned the people about the dangers of idolatry. The Israelites' struggle with Baal worship highlights the tension between their faith in Yahweh and the polytheistic practices of the surrounding cultures. The worship of Baal was often associated with immoral behavior, such as sexual immorality, child sacrifice, and other heinous practices. Baal worship became a symbol of all that was wrong with Israel's relationship with God, and the prophets frequently spoke out against it. Did you know that the word Baal can be translated as Lord or Master? It was a common title used in the ancient Near East to refer to a deity or a human lord. In fact, the name Baal was not specific to the Canaanite culture, as it was used to refer to several deities throughout the region. The Israelites' understanding of Baal was shaped by their interactions with the Canaanite culture, but it was also influenced by their unique history and relationship with Yahweh. Another interesting fact is that the worship of Baal was not limited to the ancient world. In fact, Baal worship has continued to this day in various forms, such as the worship of Molech in ancient times and the modern-day worship of Satan. The worship of Baal and other pagan gods and goddesses has been condemned throughout the Bible, and the Israelites were called to separate themselves from these practices. In conclusion, the Baal was a significant deity in the ancient Near East and a constant struggle for the Israelites. Its worship was widespread and often associated with immoral behavior, making it a symbol of all that was wrong with Israel's relationship with God. The prophet Elijah's victory over the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel marked a turning point in Israelite history, demonstrating the power of Yahweh over the false gods of the surrounding cultures. As we look at the Israelites' struggle with Baal worship, we are reminded of the importance of staying true to our faith in God and avoiding the temptation of idolatry. The Bible is clear that we are to worship only the true God and to avoid any form of false worship. As we study the scriptures and seek to deepen our relationship with God, may we be reminded of the dangers of idolatry and the importance of staying faithful to Him alone.